Hello, the class. Lena, please come down.
Oh, I guess you are excited.
We are at work.
We are at work. But hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Asibi. I'm with again.
Samila.
Okay.
I'm happy to be here. Thank
Guys,
you for having me.
A round of
Asi.
applause for her. So today's video, guys, we're going to talk about the requirements to come and teach in Korea. I've been getting a lot of DMs, Facebook, TikTok, so now I decided, you know what, let me just make a video so that if somebody asks me, I'm just gonna send a link to that person. So now, the first of all here, the question is, who can apply?
Okay, that's a very important question, Asi. The people who can apply, or the person who can apply to teach overseas or in South Korea specifically, is a person who has a bachelor's degree.
Yes. And to add on that, a bachelor's degree in any field. Okay. So the next one is a native.
You have to be a native speaker, an English native speaker. And you have to have a clear criminal record or a clean criminal record.
So by that, it means that you don't need to have a record whereby maybe you were arrested or something. So the next question, the other one is about TEFL certificate or TESOL. What is your take on that?
That is it's not compulsory in Korea. If you go through a private academy route, right? Some schools don't really want it, or most don't ask about it. But I mean, it's a benefit if you have it, because it also helps you, it trains you. So I would suggest to do it, but no pressure. You don't need it.
Yeah. So that one is not really a must. It's not mandatory, but you can have it, just for your help, because it really helps. So the other one, we have types of teaching jobs. Yes.
We have public schools and we have private schools, which are called hagwons, specifically in South Korea.
So me as a CP, I will recommend you to go for public school. Because for hagwon, which is for private school, it's not really nice. It's very hard because the workload is crazy. But we are going to talk about that on the next video. So we also have international school. And then now when you talk about international school, you need to have a teaching degree in this one, and then TFL, and also the teaching experience. Okay? So the next one, salary and benefits. What are the benefits that you get?
Okay, so benefits are you get free housing, you get an apartment, and you also get insurance, and you get an airfare. But it depends on the school. Some schools will book a flight for you, or give you the money once you get to the country. So she's gonna explain that further.
So yeah, this one, there's also a vacation part whereby you will have holidays to go home. But now it differs. If ever you have private school, a very few days, and then if you have public school, which is I recommend you can go for it. It's a lot. It's almost a month, 26 days. Yeah, for EPIK it's 26 days. And also for FA, if you book your flight by yourself, and then when you get to school, your first salary, they are going to add, the money that you use. They call it as reimbursement.
Reimbursement, yes, you're right.
And then the other one, guys, we're still gonna explain in details, where do you do this? Where do you do this? How do you do that? How do you do that? Okay? So the next one is common mistakes. What are the common mistakes that people might make? So they need to be aware of.
You need to be very careful, guys, because there are so many recruiters. So you need to verify. You can ask people who are already in Korea. We have groups of South Africans, many different groups, Facebook groups. So you can verify the recruiters there, right? People who have used the recruiters before, because other people will ask for money before they can get you a job, which it's free. Okay, never pay a recruiter. All right.
Tell that. Repeat that.
Yes.
Never pay any money for someone to say, do this, and then you have to pay some amount of money. It's free of charge. Those recruiters are being paid by the schools. Okay,
Yes.
you don't pay even 5 rands, even 2 rands. Don't pay, guys. Don't do that. And then the other one, when you have to research, when you get the contract. Like when you get the contract, don't just go and sign it, Make sure that you find someone who's going to help you, who's going to read the contract with you, and also check the schools on blacklist. Check the schools on blacklist. So we are going to talk about the documents and the process, how to do the documents. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share about the paperwork. Like the paperwork, the process. Where do you do this? How do you do it? So pay attention. Grab a pen and the paper and sit down. Okay. So I have the paper here, the list, so that we won't forget, So the first thing now, you need to have a passport. You have a degree already on the previous video. If you haven't watched, please go and watch that video. You have a passport already, like you have a degree, right? You need to have a passport, a valid passport. Okay, valid for how many? 6 months? That is valid for 6 months.
Yes, 6 months.
And also, you need to have pictures of the passport, of your passport. Like, what is that? What do they call it? Professional
It's
picture.
like ID pictures, those small pictures.
ID pictures. So now you take your degree, you verify your degree. Where do you verify your degree? SACA. I'm going to attach the email address. You take your degree and then you send it to SACA through your email, via your email, and then you tell them, can you please verify my degree? And then now after that, they are going to give you the amount that you need to pay. I paid 610. How much did you pay?
Me too. I paid 610.
Yeah, 610. Then after that, like you send your degree and then you wait for them. Okay. While you are still waiting, then go to the police station. Okay. You do what? You do your fingerprints. Now you are doing what? A criminal record check. Okay. So then when you get there, they are going to give you your fingerprints and then you send them to Criminal Record Center in Pretoria.
Yes.
Yeah, in Pretoria. So when you get there, tell them that you want the one that you need to pay, not the ones that are free of charge. Okay. Then you send your documents to, what am I saying? Documents, your fingerprints to Criminal Record Center, and then your degree is at SACA, and then you wait. Yes. If you are doing it for private school, right, for Hagwan, you wait.
Yes.
But if ever you are doing it for EPIC, which is public school, you start the process already, and then we're gonna talk about that later. It's kind of a lot, So now you wait, and then now you wait for your documents, and then they are going to contact you. If you are very far away from Pretoria, just use Postnet. Use Postnet to send and come back. You communicate with them. You call them. Can you please do this for me? Can you please do that? Can you please do that? They are going to do everything. Okay. And make sure that when you send your degree to SACA, make sure that you do a follow-up, because they take time to reply, to do everything. And then the next one is, it's okay. So now when your documents come back, okay? When your documents come back, if you are far, tell Postnet to take your documents to DECO. For what? For being apostilled. For South Korea, for being apostilled. And then when everything is done, and then tell them to give your documents back to you. Okay? Now that's when you're gonna start doing what? You're gonna start applying. If you are going for Hagwan, which is private school. But if you're going for EPIC, you already started your EPIC application. Okay, let me give you a little bit of this EPIC application. So now you send your documents to SACA, you send your fingerprints to Criminal Record Center, and then you start the application process. And then you don't start the application process before. You have to go to your high school, you have to go to your secondary school to find the letters that shows that you've been learning in English, especially for South Africa. Okay, so you also need 2 recommendation letters. And then in those letters, make sure that they sign ink. They use ink, and there's a stamp. Like, there's so many things that are needed there, guys. There's so many things. Go to the internet. Internet must be your friend. Yes. Go to the internet. Search. Read. Do your own research. What we are telling you here is just a guidance, just to show you that it's possible. You can do it, but do your own research. Do your own research, And there's so many videos, even here on YouTube. If ever you like, I'm lazy, just want to listen to somebody, you can search, and then that person will pop up, okay? So you start your application process. When you have everything in you, you don't start sending emails to recruiters if your documents are not back at DECO. You don't. Wait. I know it's very hard to wait, but wait. Waiting produces perseverance. So you need to wait. You need to wait.
You and God.
You need to be patient. Really.
You need to be patient. One thing for sure, in this process, you need to be patient. I agree. And pray. And pray.
And pray, because there are so many things that are going to happen along the way, and you feel like, you know what, I'm stopping this, I'm giving it up, I'm not gonna do it again. Okay, now let's continue. And then now you are about to start applying resume and contract. Okay, now first of all, I'm going to explain the CV part. Make sure that your CV, you have the picture of yourself, because here in Korea they like to look at the face.
Yes.
They want to see you.
They want to see
how do you look like. They want to have an idea, who's this person. They need to know you, like they need to see you. And make sure that you put your education, your everything there on your CV. And if you have someone, ask that person to help you. So you're not gonna die, And then this one, we forgot, we were supposed to say it, like even early medical check. You have to make sure that you are healthy.
You have to.
You have to be healthy. Like you need to be okay. You need to be fit, because when you are in South Africa, you are going to be checked before you do even your visa. And when you get here, it's gonna go down again. You have to go to the hospital and get checked for your ARC, which is the ID card that we get here. So what else? And then now there's also the part of the visa application. The visa application, now you have you already had an interview, you found the job and everything is there. You have the medical check. So now you have to do your visa. Before you even do your visa, you have to take your documents and send it to Korea. Your contract, your what else? It's your contract and what that you send to Korea.
The contract, there's a VIN form that you have to fill in, but the recruiter will send that form to you, so don't worry.
Yeah. And also you have to send your
photo.
SACA also.
Yes.
Your SACA letter.
Yes.
And your fingerprints.
Yes.
Make sure it's legit, because once you send those documents, you're not gonna get them again.
You send the original documents.
Yes. We need to emphasize on that. Original documents. You don't send like the copy, you send original documents. But your recruiter will tell you, guys. Your recruiter will tell you everything. Okay? So you send those things, and then they will give you a VIN number, and then you can apply for your visa. And then when you do your visa, you have to give them the, what is this?
At the embassy.
Yeah. What is that? The
embassy,
check.
yes.
The health
you need the
check.
the medical health. You have a form for that.
Yeah.
You have to go to the doctor. Please explain, Asi, because
that's why you go to the doctor,
yes,
and to the hospitals that are on the list. You don't just go to any hospital, okay? You have to make sure that you go to a hospital that are on the list. And then when you get there, you tell them, I'm going to Korea, I have to do this and this. And they are familiar with that. They've been doing it for years. So they are going to help you. They are going to do everything, and pray.
And pray. It's the, what is that test? It's the X-ray check.
It's the X-ray, It checks the X-ray and whatnot. When you get here, you're being checked everything. Everything. And it's so scary. I'm going to be honest, it's so scary, to being checked everything, and you like, hey, what if they get something? And if they get something, Hambakaya, right?
I mean, other people come, but most schools will ill-treat you if you have something. Let's say, for example, if you have a certain disease, because obviously when you get here, you'll get checked. They will know that.
They will know.
So some may discriminate against you.
And then you have to go, that's crazy. But guys, just pray, Just pray. So the final check. the final check. I don't want this video to be too long, guys. So the final check.
Okay, so the final check, the things that we need are passport, degree, background check, photos, ID photos, contract, visa application. Can emphasize.
Thank you. So there's nothing to emphasize. This is this is good. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. I don't know what are we going to talk about next. If ever you have any question, you can just leave your question in the comment section. We're gonna make a video about that, even about life and career, guys. How does it feel being here for the first few months? What were our experiences? Like everything, you know, like for about Epic application, I didn't explain a lot for that. If you are interested, like, then what are the process, what are the procedures that I have to follow if I want to apply for Epic, then you can comment, and then let us love and leave you guys.
Bye.